Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kadri Talks Football. Yes, consistency. Third video this season. Um, I want to be as consistent as ever. So please help by liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, doing all of the nice things. But yeah, let's get into this last weekend's round of football. Lots of exciting matches to go through. Uh, I'm going to start with what I felt like was the biggest game from the weekend. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. That was a thrilling game. In terms of Aston Villa should have nicked the win. Not even nicked. I'm saying nicked like they would have been lucky if they actually got the win. But no. Aston Villa should have won the game. They were much better than Arsenal. They were very tenacious, they pressed really well. They played like a really good game. So Arsenal, as we all know, are a possession based teams, and they want to hold the ball for so long. But um, there's this thing they do. Not just them. So many things do. They bait you by keeping the ball at their back line. So they bait the press. And something Emery does very well against big things, especially Arsenal, is he doesn't fall for the bait. He keeps his line in the middle. So he plays a mid block where they stay in the middle. So if you keep on passing amongst your back four, he's not moving. And then the moment you get into midfield, you're covered by so many people. Arsenal tried by inverting Timber. I mean, they do this inverting fullbacks thing. And it kind of gave them more bodies in the midfield, but Aston Villa were just too good there. And they triggered the main reason Aston Villa were even a threat in the game was because of this guy, Morgan Rogers. Now, I don't know much about this guy. I know he was at West Bromwich. City fans are trying to claim that he was in the academy, but based on my research, he wasn't. Well, he was signed from West Brom, but anyway, that's not the issue here. He had a really good game. He schooled Rice, schooled Partey, schooled everyone in Arsenal, and it's not just looking good aesthetically on the ball. That's not what it was just about him. Like, he was so strong. He in times where he wasn't skillfully getting past players, he was barging through them. Like, he's strong, he's quick, he's skillful, he can dribble, and he's creative. Created one of the best chances, if not the best chance of the game for Ollie Watkins, who was a complete bomb. I'm talking like big bomb. I'm talking Brazilian surgery bomb. That's how bad he was. Like, it makes no sense. The chances he missed, especially the one where Rogers gave to him, it wasn't even on target. That, like, it makes no sense. But if Watkins could convert his chances, he had another one in the second half where he could have actually taken his time. He went for a diving header. The ball hit the post and came back, and he went for a diving header. There was no one around him. He could have taken a touch and volleyed the shit out of that ball. Even the keeper was going to save it. The keeper would have gone out with an injury. But no, he went with a diving header and made it easy for the keeper because he hit the ball to the center of the post. Like, Aston Villa actually played a really good game, and Watkins let them down badly. And they have guys like Duran who wanted to leave the team because of game time, and he's still not getting game time because trusting Watkins, and he was sitting on the bench thinking, I could have actually scored those goals. He was the reason they won their last game. So maybe Watkins will start getting dropped if he doesn't find his form. My Aston Villa friends, they would tell you that Watkins is the best in the world. I don't know if they still think that. Right now, I don't think he's even the best in his team. But very, very strong game from Rogers. But Arsenal, just like the first game, like I said, I think I mentioned this in the first game where they weren't as good as we all know them to be. They didn't control the game as much as we know them to do. It could be, first few games in the season, everyone's still trying to get themselves together, or it could be that teams are figuring them out. Whatever the case may be, I think it looks very exciting for everyone. But anyway, at the end of the day, games like this, how you play the game doesn't really matter when you have the quality on the pitch. Saka was brilliant once again. Like, at some point it looked like it was only him that was trying to win the game, and then they brought in Trossard, who just won the game by himself. He turned the game, like, around. But that's the thing about having quality, not just in your starting 11, but on the bench, like bringing in someone like Trossard. Just a Aston Villa defenders had been running all game, chasing Martinelli, chasing Saka, and then you bring on Trossard, and it's like, when does this end? He got a goal for them. Partey got another goal. Partey had a mid-game bad game, but it's easily forgivable when you score a goal that secures you the win. And Arsenal got the win, yeah. 2-0, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets. So it's looking good for them so far. And like I said, see, the thing about being champions is, even when you don't play well, you should. And when you get the win, it just shows you're ready to win the big stuff. But I don't want it to sound like I'm saying Arsenal did not play well. I'm just saying, they've set these high standards, and when they don't play like that, it looks like, they did not play well. But they got the win anyway, so my opinion does not even matter. So if you're an Arsenal fan and you're watching this and you think I'm saying your team did not play well, it shouldn't matter to you, because you guys got the win anyway. So moving on to the next game I want to speak about, Chelsea versus Wolves. That was like one of the most entertaining games from the weekend. Like, the first half was just back and forth. It was like, at some point I thought Wolves would actually win this game, because Chelsea were making it kind of easy for them. Like, Chelsea would score and then they would give them the chance back, like, to equalize. And first half ended 2-2. Like, it was like a ping pong game. But that's due to the fact that Chelsea's midfield was completely open. Where the Wolves' strength was in their midfield. They had João Pedro and Lemina, like even Cunha just in the middle. Like, it was so good. Their pressing was so good in the first half anyway, and they were able to counter attack. Like, they were playing this counter pressing game where they get the ball and then just immediately hit you on the break, and it worked for them for a while. And then, well, second half, it's like, I don't know how to explain it, because based off what I saw, Chelsea did not change much. Defensively, they were still very weak. In the midfield, they were still very porous. What looks like what happened was, quality in Wolves' team reduced. It dropped drastically. And Chelsea, on top of that, had quality on the bench. Being able to bring on Neto, Felix, Nkunku, being able to bring on those guys in games like that is actually, is good. It's a luxury that not many people have. And yes, Chelsea fans will be like, but you said buying too many players is not good. Yes, you still have at least 40 players that are still not kicked ball this season. So being able to bring these guys is good. Like, buying players smartly. If you had, your 25, 26, 27 man squad with these quality players around, that's fine. But buying 9 goalkeepers and 9 wingers, it makes no sense. There are people that are unhappy. Enzo Maresca is trying to do damage limitation every day, but every time he speaks, he's making things worse. But who cares anyway? They got the win. 6 brilliant goals. Nico Jackson beefing with Mikel Obi, telling him to shut up. Madueke beefing with a whole city. Like, how do you come to man's yard and say your city is shit, and then drop a hat trick on top of that? Like, I don't even know how he made it back alive. Like, no one can try that in my home. I'm just joking. But like, I like the beef. I like the drama that is going on. Is making things interesting for us. Now Mikel Obi has dropped his own piece again, and if Nico Jackson scores again, maybe that will pick up. While who knows what city Noni is going to beef again. But I like the drama. But like I said, everyone scored brilliant goals. Neto was like my best performer in the second half. He's this guy where there are still 3 passes behind the pass that will get to him, and he's already running. Like, I think it was for Felix's goal. Yeah, there was the ball got to Enzo to Drisby Hall to Felix, I think, or someone else, and then, like, from the first pass from Enzo, Neto was already running. And I love footballers like that. Like, you guys can do your interpasses, but I am going to create that space. I am going to make that run for you. And by the time the ball got to him, he didn't even like think twice. Like he's a very intelligent winger. He didn't just put the ball hopelessly in the middle, hoping that someone would get to the ball first. Nah, he looked up and saw Jao Felix coming in, and he placed the ball for him. Brilliant goal, probably my best goal from Chelsea. And then Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is just Cole Palmer. He is like he's just burning with confidence. His goal was well taken. Like you just that goal is like, yeah, see guys, I'm the boss. There's nothing we can do about it. I saw something on Twitter where like his interviews, he always like looks or acts stupid. I know it makes no sense, but like you asking me questions like I don't know, and then someone was like, imagine being so stupid, stupid and being stupid enough not to know anything like pressure. Like I think, and I actually understand that, and I actually agree. Like man is so unaware of things around him that he doesn't like he's unaware of what pressure is. Man just wants to go play football, go back, doesn't even want to do interviews and all them things. But he's actually so good. I'll be honest. I think I even said it in my first video. I was coming to this season not hoping like he would do anything or repeat anything he did last season, but here we are, 1 goal, 3 assists in 1 game. It doesn't look like he's stopping, so I put him back in my FPL. But anyway, good win for Chelsea. You know, they've covered up their goal difference, which is good. They've gotten a win, which is good. Hopefully, it can be consistent. Do I believe that they'll be consistent? Not really, because they still look defensively weak, and yeah, XG was not great. Like, look at the goals they were scoring. They were like a good goalkeeper would have saved some of them. Not saying they wouldn't have still gotten the win, but like they'll only get better as a new manager. You know, I would have to be patient with them, but good win for them nonetheless. The next game I'll cover will be Tottenham versus Everton. Uh, Tottenham were my best performers from this last weekend. They played really well, just like they played in Leicester, and I mentioned. But the problem with them was the Tottenham spirit. They just died at some point in the game, and Leicester took that to their advantage. But against Everton, they were 100 from minute 1 to minute 90. They scored really good goals. They pressed really well, and it wasn't just the pressing; it was the interplays, keeping the ball, making sure they don't lose the ball in dangerous situations, and they did that really well. They they have one of the best defensive lines, and it's actually it's scary because if they stay fit, they could do something. They have Udogie on the left, Pedro Porro on the right, Romero and Van den Ven. Van den Ven, oh my god. I don't know. I'm still not convinced with him. Like when I say convinced, like I'm not saying he's bad defensively, but I'm like he's just not up to the level of Romero, who is his partner, or the likes of Saliba or Konate. But like going forward, he's a maniac. He just runs. He's how I don't know how he's so quick, but he's so quick, and he helped them create a goal for Son, which was really good. Son is doing what Son does, just scoring, being there at the right places, pressing really well. Like his first goal, I think, where he pressed Pickford and got the goal. Like really, 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 they're doing really well. They've started the season well for me, but I mean, you look at the points and think, why did they drop points at Leicester? I think there's still some things they need to work on in terms of like their confidence, in terms of like their game management. But in terms of quality, in terms of coaching, I think they're there already. They just need to work on some other few things, and they might be a problem. But yeah, 4-0 comprehensive win, first win of the season, so good for them. I said it the last time. I like Ange, and I think we're only going to see good things from them. Okay, the next game I will speak about is Brighton versus Man United. Probably my favorite game from the weekend, only because United lost. Like I woke up on Saturday morning like feeling down, not ready to do anything that day, and then by 2 o'clock they brightened up my day. Okay, never mind. But yeah. Okay, so I'll be honest here. United did not play bad. I'm used to them playing bad and getting wins. So seeing them play well and losing, is kind of a nice sight. But they didn't play bad at all the things I've mentioned in the past two videos about how they've improved in certain places, they still showed all of that. The only problem is Brighton were just better than them. Like there's no fault to United. It's just props to Brighton. Um, I mean, yeah, you can pick some individuals and say, yeah, they did not play well. I'm just when I said no fault to United, I'm talking coaching wise in as a team. They did what was expected of them. Brighton also did what was expected of them. It's just that Brighton's plan was just much better than United. But that doesn't mean United played bad. I have some friends who support United who do not like Amad Diallo, who to me is a star. Took his goal really well. Like that boy is so good. He's clinical on the ball. He's not one to just do things because he does things because it is necessary, not because I feel like if I run, I'll be quicker than this guy. No, he doesn't just run because he thinks he'll be quicker than this guy. If he runs past you, he knows he's quicker than you. If he has a doubt or he thought that okay, this guy is quicker than me, he's going to do something else. His passes are so intricate. Like he does these little 1-2 passes with people that are close to him. I really like the boy. I just hate the fact that he plays for United, and he took his goal really well. No other person had an outstanding game in United. Mazraoui just plays like someone that's played in Ajax. He has that intelligence, that uh academy, will I say, like that knowledge of where to be, how to pass, what to do. He's not the best right back in the league. Definitely not close, but the intelligence covers for everything, and he's really good. It's exciting for United. Um, what happens when they get their left back? Will they drop Dallo, who I think is better creatively than Mazraoui, at least so far based off what I've seen? So who knows what they're going to do there? Rashford had another bad game. Twitter is just going crazy. We have people supporting him, we have people defending him, people say blaming it on Ten Hag. I genuinely believe that Ten Hag is a bad coach, one of the worst coaches in the league. But I'm not pinning Rashford's bad form on him. It's unfair. Rashford needs to step up. Rashford needs to do more, and he's doing less, way less than everyone expects of him. This is someone that used to be compared to Mbappe, and now he's just terrible. It's crazy. But yeah, that's enough from United side. From Brighton side, there were good performances. There were average performances. Um, I'll start with Minte. He gave me Bolasi vibes. I don't know if he had a good game or a bad game. I still can't decide because he did some things really well, like in terms of how he pinned Dallo, like he made Dallo useless going forward ish, because he was always on his ass. Like he didn't give him the space, he gave him the time. He was always attacking and attacking. But when he attacked, there was no end product. There was nothing. Like every final decision making he made was just bad. But he will only improve. I think he would improve. But that wasn't. I don't understand the type of game he had. And then there was Mitoma, who was fairly quiet. He got an assist, but it's not what we know him for. Like this is someone that would kill you for 90 minutes, but he didn't do that. Maybe it's props to Mazraoui. Who knows? Jao Pedro, who was my man of the match, everyone's man of the match, very good. Like he's no longer playing as the 9. He's or maybe he's playing as a second striker or a 10. Like, but he's dropping way deeper now. He's going back to receive the ball and then taking it forward, creating and doing all the nice things on the ball, which is good to see. It was someone like last season. I think he scored like 20 goals all competition, and I was not moved because most of them were penalties. But he started this season well. He's playing really well, and who knows? He took his goal really well. But that was actually most of the work was down to Adingra and United's shit backline. I don't know why they played like 3 people on side, and like literally, if the ball didn't get to João Pedro, there were 2 other people that could have scored from that cross. So there's still things United have to work on. But comparing them to last season, maybe my expectations for them are so low that I am calling this a good game. Other people might say they had a bad game, but I'm calling it a good game because I'm comparing them to how they were last season. And compared to that, there was an improvement. So yeah, 2-1 win for Brighton, loss for United, which makes me really, 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 really happy. And then to the best team in the world, Liverpool. Yeah, first game at Anfield, Slot's first game at Anfield. Um, is exciting. I mean, I'm excited. I'm still not getting carried away. Not that I don't trust this our style of play now. I love it so much, but I'm not getting carried away because we need signings to compete with the big boys. We need bodies everywhere. We need depth. We need, if this person goes out, we are bringing in another body. But yeah, nah, Slot has he's won me over. I like his the way he plays. Kind of like Arsenal and City, where they control the game. Like, look, listen, we want to win, but on top of that, not losing is more important than winning, which is crazy because I used to hate teams for that. I used to hate Arsenal. Yeah, they did that last season where they prioritized not losing over winning, and I hated them for that because as a spectator, it made it boring for me to watch. Unlike on that club where we were just going for it. We wanted to win, and when we had the lead, we were not stopping because we wanted to embarrass you. So that was very exciting for us. But seeing us on that slot where we prioritize passing back, recycling the ball. We try something, we try an attack, it doesn't work, or someone makes like a mistake, or someone tries to dribble, it doesn't work out. We go back and then recycle the ball again, and it's exciting because I could. It's exciting in the sense that I could see Brentford giving up. And from the 80th minute, they gave up. They were not doing anything again. They didn't have any hope anymore. Like, I remember a move we started, and then we gave the ball to Gravenberch in the middle. He tried going forward. He saw that there was no space. He went back, and Brentford were trying to press him in the middle. When he went back, I could see like the body language was like, man, I'm tired. Like, referee, just blow the whistle. Like, these guys are not even willing to play with us anymore. So it's good because, like I said, on that club we gave up so many goals due to us wanting more. Sometimes we just need to be satisfied with what we have. And Slot is, he's winning me over. Salah was just Salah, my king, my god, my goat. Okay, not my god. That's too far. But very very good game from him. Was fairly quiet in the first half, but second, I think Slot is a second half guy because just like against Ipswich, we were quiet in the first half, picked up in the second half. But yeah, Salah was good. Gravenberch, like I said, was good. Trent was good again. Soboslai was my second best player, just because Konate was my best player. Like, I was just screaming Ibu from my couch. Like, so good in the air, so good on the ground. You don't win anything from him. Like, when teams play against Liverpool, they tend to target whoever is playing beside Van Dijk because they know there's no point trying with Van Dijk. So they target whoever is playing against him. But when I have Konate, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I really wanted Konsa to play because, for Slot style of football, he wants to prioritize like keeping the ball, playing nice passes, and that's what Konsa has over Konate. Not like Konate is bad on the ball or he can't pass. It's just Konsa is better at it. But looking at it, I kind of prefer. I think I'll take Konate still because like he made some good passes. There was an attack we had. I think he ended up with Trent shooting where Konate played the ball, and this one thing I like about Salah. No matter what, no matter how, no matter where we are, Salah is going to have an effect on the game. So Konate played this long ball, and Salah pinned Aja down. And Aja, that was a game on his own. I think even Carragher mentioned it. He was like, that was a game on his own, and he pinned Aja down and held the ball up, and then Trent, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch just overloaded the midfield, and then we were able to attack from there. Very good play. So really really excited for Slot Ball. 2-0, another clean sheet, 6 points, which is important. 36 games to go. So it's looking good. Diaz had a good game, goal and assist. I called him a donkey, I think, the past 2 weeks, but he wasn't donkeying this time. Once in a while it happens, and that's why I rate him. I prefer him to Gordon. I prefer him to all these guys that Liverpool fans are trying to replace him with. But I'm excited. I really, really enjoyed the game. Nunes. I don't want to talk about that guy. Pisses me off. He hasn't done anything to claim a place. Jota is staying until he gets injured. I'm scared when the new FIFA drops. Jota is probably going to get injured and leave. Gakpo had a good game when he came on. Elliot did not really do much. I would like to see Elliot more as a 10, but he played him on the wing, Salah's position. Talking about Salah's position, we're bringing in. Oh, I'm hearing that we're bringing in Chiesa, which to me is not a bad signing if we're addressing other positions like the DM and centre back position. Like those are, to me, are the most important things we need to address. But if we address the DM and centre back solution, then the signing of Chiesa would look even more attractive to me. Not that it's not attractive to me right now, but it will look even more attractive to me because Salah needs a backup. We have 2 people on the left wing, 2 people as strikers, 2 people on the right wing, and that depth is good, and that's what we're lacking: quality depth. If Salah can't make a game, if Chiesa comes on, that's good. But yeah, that's it for the Liverpool game. Yes, so the next game we will be covering. I'll be honest, I didn't see any of the other games. I've talked about every game that I saw, 90 minutes of, or at least parts of. I'll be honest, with some games I kind of saw a little bit of Formula One. I'm putting my hands up, so don't hate me. But the rest of the games, we have City, who will be Ipswich Town. I'm happy for Ipswich. They got a goal in the Premier League, which for me, I think will kickstart their season. Unfortunately, they got that goal against City, who did not take that lightly. They just, showed them that, listen, you guys are good. Yeah, it's nice. Welcome to the Premier League, but we're City. And then Haaland dropped a hat-trick on their head. Rico Lewis had a good game, based off what I saw. Haaland, De Bruyne. So, good win for City. Nothing really to speak about. I didn't see the game, so I can't really highlight who had the best performance. I'll just say Haaland. He scored a hat-trick, and his goals were well taken. One thing, though, that I'm pissed off is I saw his goals. I think it was his second goal where there was so much space in behind. Why didn't we get that against Ipswich? I don't get it. All these teams, they tend to make game life hard for Liverpool, but against City and Arsenal, they just give them a free run. Why is Haaland of all people having so much space to run in behind? It's unfair. Give us that kind of joy too. Come on. Oh yeah, quickly about Tottenham and not Tottenham, Everton. I think Everton might be in that relegation. I knew they would be in the relegation battle. No, what I'm trying to say is it is looking long for them, the way they are going. But I've spoken about them. I'm not going to revisit them again. But it's looking long for them. Fulham, Leicester. Leicester's energy died with Spurs, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't. When I looked at the highlights, it did not look like they did much against Fulham. It looked like Fulham were in control all through. So nothing much to say on them, to be honest. It just looked like Fulham was in control all through. Emil Smith-Rowe got his first goal in his home debut. He will be, continuing his form from last season. So Fulham, I just feel like Fulham have steadied their ship. They are just here to stay. They will be in the middle of the field. They will never be fighting relegation battle, but they will also not be fighting to get into Europe, and that's where they are, which is not bad. Premier League money is still Premier League money, and at some point they will make that step forward. It's just very hard now. We have our 6 teams who are certified, Europeans. That makes no sense. Our certified teams that will always be in Europe, and then we have the likes of Villa, West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton, even So it's kind of hard to push ahead of all of these things, but they are doing really well in the league, and it's good for them. Talking about West Ham, they beat Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace are in danger. Not in terms of tactically they are dropping or there's something like that. No, no, their coach is still doing really well. I watched the highlights of the game and they were in control of the game. They outplayed West Ham, but then the West Ham had more quality. Crystal Palace are losing Anderson. It looks like they're going to lose Gay, and it's not good. It's not looking good for them. If all of these guys leave, who is going to help them? I think the West Ham had more quality. The Kudus, that's the guy I want. But that's the guy I want if Salah is leaving. I don't see him as a backup to anyone. So it's kind of sad watching him play for another team when he should be playing for my team. He's so good. Bowen scored his first goal of the season, well taking goal. Suchek got his own goal too. So defensively, Crystal Palace did not look alright compared to what we know them to be or tend to be sometimes anyway. Other game that happened, Newcastle Bournemouth, that was controversial because I think Bournemouth should have won the game. They scored a clear goal. So, how do I know that is not handball? I remember a game where Liverpool fans were complaining that we've been robbed, that the other team got a handball. And then they explained to us that from the sleeve upward, it is not handball. From the sleeve downward, it is handball. And then this Bournemouth player scores not just with he scored with his shoulder, and they said it was handball. Like, it's unfair. Like, I think Newcastle, since the takeover, they've been in that City United way of refereeing games where they are always going to cheat for them, and it's sad to see because Joliti should also have seen a red card in that game. And today I saw what's his name, Dermot Gallagher, trying to explain that no, that shouldn't have been a red card, that the referee was right. Like, I've never seen that guy come out and say the referee actually was wrong. It's like they are paying him to kiss ass. Like, we don't want to see that on our TVs. Like, if I see that guy on the road, well, I'm fighting. But anyway, Newcastle were lucky to get a draw. I don't have any hopes for them. In fact, I'm hating on them now. Like, that's just what it is. I'm just going to have to start hating on them. But anyway, it is what it is. They managed to get a draw, which was undeserved. And the last game from the weekend was Nottingham Forest Southampton. Southampton did not. I didn't see anything from the highlight. I didn't see anything from their side from the highlights. But from Nottingham Forest side, it looks like their front four actually looks really good. And I'm tempted to swap Forest and Everton in my prediction in terms of who would relegate and who would survive, because Forest are looking good actually. Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, Wood, and Gibbs White. Like, that's actually an elite front four. Hudson-Odoi is showing us why Bayern Munich wanted in that year. Like, they wanted to pay 50 million, and Chelsea said no. Like, Chelsea turning out 50 million, and Bayern Munich wanted to pay 50 million. That's how talented he was. And Chelsea ended up selling him for 3 million. It's crazy how life works. But yeah, now he's working now. He's playing really well, creatively, dribbling, and even finding space to shoot some shots. But yeah, it's looking good for Forest so far. Gibbs White has got his first goal of the season. That is one of the technically one of the best players in the league. I'm not like, there's no sugarcoating that. So good a footballer. But yeah, that is it from this weekend. This might be my longest roundup, but who cares anyway? If you're still here, you are elite. If you're not here anymore, you are not elite. But anyway, an exciting game happening next week or this weekend. United versus Liverpool. I hope to watch it with my boys, and I hope to laugh in their faces. And if we end up losing, I will not be shooting any video. No, I'm joking. I'll be here. I will man up, show my face and admit that United were better. Ew. But anyway, that's it from this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you do not want to see my face, like I've said the last time, you should be able to check me out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and you can hear my voice. I think you will like my voice. Okay, anyway, see you guys in the next video. Peace.